Hey friends, so now what is data modeling in Power BI? Now, first of all, the data model, it is a structure that describes the business data and how the pieces are actually related to each other's. What this exactly means. Now, data modeling, it is a process that looks like this. You're gonna have a look to your data. It could be chaotic inside files, inside databases, or in one big file. And inside it, you're gonna have like a mix of business objects, sales, products, customers, dates. Now, you're gonna look at it and then decide what is the best structure for it. And here you decide for two reasons. First, for the business, so you're gonna go and start organizing the data into clear business objects. Like you're gonna say, okay, all the sales data gonna go in one place, then you split and take all the products in another table. Same things for customers and dates. So you start splitting your data and put it in places based on the business itself. Now, the second reason why you want to bring a structure for it, it is for the tool that you are using. Like for example, Power BI. We want to shape the data in a way that Power BI can work efficiently and correctly so that you get nice response and fast performance. That means our goal is to look to the original data and think about how to reshape it for those two goals. Split it into tables based on the business and split it in order to get good performance for the tool that you are using. We are not splitting things randomly. We have a plan.
My plan, a man pan.
Now, the next step in data modeling is to decide how to connect those tables with relationships. Relationship, it is as well a description that's gonna explain how those tables relate to each other's. And the final third component in data modeling, we define the calculation on top of the model, like the total sales, the average profit, the total number of orders, number of customers, all those calculations. And in Power BI, we do those calculations using DAX. So that means the model is not just like one table or one object, it is three parts that work together. Tables to store the data, relationships in order to connect those tables, and calculations in order to answer business questions. Alright, so this is the data modeling. And now let's go and focus on tables, because in data modeling, tables can have different shapes, different roles, depend on the modeling technique. In techniques like, for example, the data vault, the table is gonna have the role of hubs, links, satellites, bridge. So different, like let's say styling. And in operational systems, the tables might take the shape of an object, or let's say play the role of relationships and link. But in Power BI, things a little bit easier because we are building for analytical reports. And the most important modeling style or technique, it is the dimensional modeling. So in this technique, the tables might take one of those two shapes, fact tables and the dimension tables. And now let's deep dive into those two and start with the first one, the fact table. So what is that? A fact table stores business events, transactions, or activity that we can use in order to calculate something. So now what this exactly means, let's have this example. So now here we have a sales table. Now what we do, we have a deep look to the data in order to understand the behavior or what this table is trying to tell us. Now, first of all, we can see the table is recording something that happened to the business. And what happened here? A sale did happen. So there is like an event. The second thing that you're gonna see, it might include a lot of IDs. Those gonna be like a link to another thing, another table. Now, another pattern, you're gonna find informations about the date and time, like an order date, an invoice date, transaction date. So you're gonna find information about when this event did happen. And the last pattern that you're gonna find here, we have numbers like quantity, sales, discount, cost or profits. All those numbers gonna help us to calculate something. So if you see all those together, so an event, IDs to something else, information about the date and time, and a lot of numbers, then my friend, you are looking at a fact table. This table is just recording the business activity. So this is the first type, the fact tables. Now let's talk about the second type. We have the dimensions. A dimension table stores descriptive informations that gives the context to the facts. Of course, we have to understand what this means. Look at this table. It is storing the product informations. And you can see each one row is actually representing one product. So that means the row here is not like an event or like we are recording something happened. It is just describing a business object like the product. Now, the second thing that you're going to notice that we have a lot of attributes informations that is describing this product, like the product name, the category, the brand, the color, the status. So they are just adding more context to the product. And now by looking to this, you can understand those columns are really important in reports. So we could use one of those columns in order to do data filtering, in order to focus only on small subset, or we could use one of those informations to make a group of numbers in our reports. Like for example, we can take the categories and we can build something like the sales by category. So that means this information, the category, gonna help us to group up the sales number. And this is of course the core thing in building visualizations and reports. So if you have a table like this where we are describing one business object like the products or maybe the customers, and we have a lot of columns that are adding more and more context, and they look amazing in order to build a filter or to use it in order to group the numbers, then my friends, you are looking at a dimension table. So this is exactly what we mean with the second type, the dimensions. Alright, so now let's compare those two quickly side by side. The fact tables record what happened. Dimension tables describe what happened. The core of the facts are usually dates and numbers in order to do calculations. The core of the dimensions, they are usually the labels that we use to analyze those numbers. Like for example, sales by category. The sales are numbers that comes from the fact, but the category, it is the label, the context, it comes from the dimension. So the fact answers what happened, it is like an event and transaction. A dimension answers who, what, where, and when. So it is the description, it is the context. So actually that's it. Once you understand those two, then data modeling become much easier to understand and as well to build. Okay, so now by looking back to our data model, with that we have the two main tables, facts and dimensions. And now of course the question is how to connect them. This of course gonna lead us to a very famous shape called the star schema. A star schema means we have a fact table that sits in the middle, and we have all those dimension tables that connect around it. So the fact sales is in the middle, and around it we have products, customers, date, store. And look at this. It is forming the shape of the star, right? That's why we call it star schema. And this is our target in data modeling. We want to get this shape. And my friends, Power BI just love star schema. It works very well with this shape. And of course, you might ask why? Well, there are many reasons. Like for example, it gives Power BI a clean way to filter the data. So all those dimensions around the fact, they're gonna go and filter the central table, the fact that holds the numbers. And of course, all those relationships gonna help Power BI to understand how the filter should move. So for example, if you are filtering the products, this has an effect on the numbers, like for example the sales. Same thing, if you filter the customers, this is gonna automatically filter the sales and for all other dimensions. And now because of filter logic is so simple, DAX gonna become as well much easier to write. So all what you have to write now is just like for example, the total sales is equal to sum of sales. We don't have to write any complex DAX calculations because we have a clean data model that is supporting it. The model already know how products, customers and dates are connected to the sales, so you don't have to repeat it in the calculation. And not only that, as well, it's gonna make building the visuals much easier for you and as well for Power BI. So you're gonna have this mental mode in your head to say, okay, if I'm building the visuals, I need numbers, and you go immediately to the middle, to the fact. And if you want to group it up by something, then you look at the dimensions to get a label. Same thing, if you want to build a slicer, you usually go and look to the dimensions. So that means star schema gonna gives you a clean starting point to build any visual. So actually that's it. This is the star schema.
So shoot for the stars, okay? All right.
Fact in the middle, dimensions around it, relationships from the dimensions to the facts. The facts gonna hold the activities, the numbers. The dimension gonna give the context and the filters. So this is exactly why star schema is amazing, not only for Power BI, but as well for other BI tools, like for example, Tableau. And now the thing is, we don't have only one method on how to model the data for Power BI, but as well we have another thing that you might hear, Snowflake schema and the Galaxy schema. So what are those stuff? In real projects, what might happen is that one of your dimensions in the star schema start getting bigger and bigger over the time. Not only you are getting more data and rows, but as well you are adding more columns over the time. So your dimension gets really big, and here you decide to go and split it into two dimensions. So now, for example, instead of having one dimension for the product, you're gonna go and split it into two dimensions. one for the product and one for the category. And now what you do after splitting, usually you go and connect them and build relationship between them. So that means the relationship is not only between the dimension and fact, but as well you can have it between one dimension and another dimension. And this might happen to another dimension and so on, and you start splitting. And over the time, this star schema gonna looks like a snowflake schema. So it looks like Snowflake. Now, if you work with those two and compare them side by side, you're gonna understand that the Snowflake schema, it is more complex. You have more relationships to manage. You have to write a DAX that is suitable for the Snowflake. And now Power BI might get a little bit slower because it's gonna go and connect a lot of tables until it reach the fact table. But of course, on the other hand, the Snowflake gonna help you reducing the size of the model. So if your Power BI file is really big one, you can go and split it and use the Snowflake in order to reduce the size of it. So I worked with those two, and I can tell you I try most of the time to avoid using the Snowflake and try as a default to use the star schema because it is just simple. And only in extreme cases I go and split a dimension into two, and okay, we call it now Snowflake. So Snowflake is the second type of data modeling, but actually we have a third one that's called Galaxy. Sounds fancy, right?
I say chow because I'm fancy from Tallahassee.
So what this means? Now, this time the dimension is not a problem, but the fact. In many scenarios in real projects, you will not have like only one perfect fact that's gonna serve all the reports. You might end up having more than one fact. Like for example, you have one for the sales and another one for the budget. Now the thing is, you need both in order to build one big dashboard, and those two facts are sharing the same dimensions. Like for example, fact sales is using the dimension product, and same thing gonna happen, the fact budget gonna need as well the dimension products. So with this we have the product as a shared dimension between two facts. So actually that's it. If your model gonna look like this, then my friends, you have a galaxy. But here be very careful, this is very common mistake that done in data modeling. We never connect the fact tables together. They're gonna get connected through a shared dimension. Of course, this is very important topic and at the same time very advanced. We're gonna leave it later in the chapters, but now for you just have the sounding that we have a star schema. This is the most common and default data modeling that we do in BI and analytics. Then we have a Snowflake. If you have an issue with big dimensions and you want to split and normalize, by the way, if I say normalize, that means we are just splitting big tables into smaller tables. And the third one, the Galaxy, if you have multiple facts that are sharing the same dimensions. Now, just quick clarification about the terms that you might hear in Power BI projects at work. You're gonna hear people saying dataset, semantic model, data model. At the end, it is all the same. Dataset, it is just an old terminology used by Microsoft Power BI, and now they are calling it semantic model. The data model, it's like people like me, I use it as official term. It is the process not only in Power BI but as well in any like platform that you are building that has to do with data. So if you hear all those terms, don't worry about it, just keep this in your head. The report is the visual layer and the model is what sits behind the report, and they can call it whatever they want. Okay, so now let's do a quick recap for everything that we have learned today. A data model, it is the way that we structure our data for two reasons: in order to build business objects and as well to make a clear structure for the tool that we are using like Power BI. It is made of three components: tables, relationships, and calculations on top of those tables. And now, since Power BI is a BI tool, analytical tool, then the tables usually have two important roles. Either it's gonna be a fact table or a dimension. Fact table gonna record what happened, so they are events. Dimensions, they're gonna describe what happened, so it is the context, and it's gonna help us to filter and group the numbers. And when we connect the dimensions around the fact, then we're gonna get the shape of the star schema. This is the foundations of building Power BI models. So everything gonna be easy for Power BI in order to filter data and as well to write DAX calculations. And if one of your dimensions are getting bigger, we split it into two dimensions. Then we connect them together, and with that you're gonna get the Snowflake schema. Or in other scenario, if you have more than one fact that are sharing the same dimension, then you have a galaxy. Alright my friends, so with this I'm really happy that now you have a solid foundations about data modeling in Power BI in order to start really practicing. And this is exactly what we're gonna do. In the next video, we're gonna take a row table, build full star schema end to end in order to practice all those concepts. So now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.
See ya. See ya. Bye.